Hello and welcome to another Ginger and the Travelling Coffee Cup. Today you join me in Yorkshire. Now you're probably expecting this camera to tilt back and see the National Air Museum behind me, aren't you? No. Not today, guys. The Yorkshire Air Museum. To have a look in and around the various different parts. You can hear cars because we're just around the corner from Elvington Airfield. In fact, Elvington Air Base is literally across the way over there. There was a track day on yesterday. I'll put pictures in later on in the video, but here's the start of the video. The unmistakable sight of a Spitfire. So let's go into there and see what else they've got in store, shall we? Now that's quite cool. I mean, look at the size of it. So you've got normal type bombs, and then you've got one of these. Direct hits by the tall boy bomb. Now I have to stand back because look at the size of this thing. Like, the fact that the Tirpitz survived just one hit off this is quite scary. But he did several to finish it off. And then there's these ones. The strategic nuclear weapon. Up until 1998, these were part of the deterrent until the Trident submarines took over. Now here's the stat I couldn't believe. The Type B, 400,000 tons of conventional TNT. The World War II RAF dropped 955,000. So that had half the TNT power of the whole of the World War II RAF bombs combined. But also in here, you have these being restored. The Anson Navigational Trainer aircraft. Look at restoring all these aircraft. Let's take a walk over there. Project Shackleton. Probably got one of them in that massive building. Blackburn Buccaneer. Wrong side at Pennines for that plane, isn't it? Blackburn Buccaneer, but there we go. Now there's a plane I've not seen before. Mirage. Built to carry the French nuclear deterrent. A single nuclear bomb 2,000 kilometres without refuelling. unfortunately, it's never actually had to. English Electric Canberra. First generation jet in the Cold War. 1949 it first flew. Wow. Even I know what that is, just by the pure shape of it. It's a lightning. Now, last time I saw one of those was at Riyadh. There's also one of them suspended in the Imperial War Museum in Manchester. But that is a Harrier GR3, which could, unlike every other plane, vertically take off. That's pretty cool. But the plane next to it is also pretty special as well. The Lightning and also this one. I'm going to show you it in a second. But I'll show you it front because it looks very similar to another quad engine plane from this particular era. The Halifax Bomber. Not to be confused with its relative, the Lancaster. Although it's got a pretty cool name, this one. Friday the 13th. The Hadley Page Halifax. They rebuilt it using bits from other aircraft, but quite rightly it's got a home at a Yorkshire Air Museum, and it is absolutely huge. I'm going to try and get a picture of all of it in, but I don't think I'll be able to. not from this close up anyway. French colours representing the squadron that was based here at Elvington. actual Friday the 13th Halifax was scrapped. So this is basically a copy of what they wanted, hence why Friday the 13th is on one side and the French side's on the other. But I just think it's so cool how it's just that big. It just looms over everything else in the museum. It's huge. Make sure we went to the Imperial War Museum in London and it had a Lancaster and that was massive. I mean, obviously it's not as big as said Lancaster, but it's still quite cool to actually see it. Now here's another aircraft from World War II. The Dakota. Difference being, it looks like we can actually go on. Be rude not to, wouldn't it? And it fell. Wow. And you can just see the Halifax peering in the other window. Oh, this is so cool. If you weigh 13 stone, you can sit on these seats. Guys, I'm more than 13 stone, so I'm not sitting on these, I'm not breaking it. We don't break things on this channel. So there's Fighter Jet Road, let's just walked down. Halifax is in there. Honestly, this museum is brilliant. Also, it cost £18 to get in, which might sound a bit extortionate, but you actually get in the whole year for that one price. Which I think is brilliant. I mean, £18, you can go back as often as you want and see all of this as often as you want. You can probably hear cars to the side of here. That's because there's a track down at Elvington Air Base, which is literally the other side of that fence. I was there yesterday, and here's some of the cars. Just through the gap in the fence. But let's go and see a plane that we see at Manchester Airport. We might see some more cars from up there as well. But now I know why there's a French flag on that flagpole. Because there's a French squadron based here. That makes sense. Nose that across a bit big, there we go. The Blackburn Buccaneer. Looks like something you'd find flying out of Barton Aerodrome on any given day. Look at that. That is beautiful. See if it's got the name of this aircraft anywhere near it, otherwise I'd feel very, very remiss if I missed it. It does, it's another Mirage! You got a Hawker Hunter over here. And then a Meteor. Now, those of you looking on the right hand side of the screen will see a shape that, well, looks very similar to a plane we've already seen on the channel once, well, a couple of times before, but it's not the Vulcan, it's the other V-bomber, it's the Victor. What a great backdrop that is, all that engine noise. But the Hadley Page Victor, part of the V-Force, the Valiant, the Victor and the Vulcan. Let's read about it, shall we? Refueling platform. Now, it doesn't say it took part in arguably one of the most famous raids of the Falklands War, when Vulcans bombed bombed the Falklands and were refueled by those. That wasn't one of the lucky few that went, unfortunately. Now, when it comes to planes that was at Manchester Airport, that are from this particular branch of aviation, so we've all seen one, not the Jaguar, we've all seen that, the Nimrod. Got an air raid shelter as well, how good's that? This museum, first time I've ever been, and I absolutely love the place. And I've kind of like let the planes do the talking rather than me, because let's be honest, you all come to see them, right? Elvington Airfield is there. So it is a former RAF base that's now used as a track day experience, and is also home to this amazing, amazing museum. An area which is near York. Give this place a visit, because not only do you get to see one of those, you get to see one of those. Unlike the Vulcan that we saw at the Cumbrian Museum, we can't go on that. Shame. This is another part. So you've got the control tower there, cafe in there, Pioneers of Aviation in Building 20. Building 21's wide open. This is VE Day. Night flying storage shed. Oh, there we go. That's what you want to see, isn't it? And then Bomber Command over there, and an old telephone box. What a difference you've got, like old style music, V10s, V8s and V12s over there, and flat sixes. The air gunners display, we're just going to go and have a look at that. And can you see the Hurricane? I'm going to go and show you that up close, because there's another plane right next to it as well that is very well known for its role in the Battle of Britain, along with the Hurricane. No, it's not the Mosquito. It's arguably the most famous plane in RAF history. I'm going to go and have a look at that. It's a cinema, I think, by my command, so we can't really go and film in there, can we? You know what I mean? Memorial Garden, Women's Memorial, and a chapel all down there. Well, there's the chapel, you can see it, telephone box. Memorial's just down there. New exhibition in development. Okay. But what a lovely day. You were expecting when I said I was going to York, was it? You thought I was going to do the train museum. I thought, no, go somewhere else. Go somewhere a bit different. Somewhere a bit more plane orientated. I mean, look at the weather. We're at the start of April and it's like this. If the rest of the year is like this, we're going to have a great time in Britain. It won't be though, will it? Now, as I said, there was a Hurricane on this side of the entrance. First time I've ever seen one of those up close. Even though it is a replica, it's not an exact one. But when it comes to planes of World War II, I don't think anything beats that. Replica again, but I think we all know what that is. That's a Spitfire. We've seen one fly next to a Typhoon, but it's pretty cool that way. It's literally just like, even though it's a replica, it's just sat. That's the road you drive down to get in, and you just drive straight past it. The bits it covered, obviously that's where the guns were at one point, and that lovely Merlin engine was just in there. Well, that is just a beautiful sight. Especially with a hurricane at the other side. Beautiful. Now it comes to the gift shop. I'm going to put a picture up now as to what I saw when I first walked in. Can you imagine me going to work with one of those flasks? I'd get told, can you please take that home? But I thought it was quite funny, actually. So there we have it. Yorkshire Air Museum. I actually really enjoyed that trip round, and for £18, I think that's a bargain. Can't lie, I actually thoroughly enjoyed that. Even with the back soundtrack of all the engines flying up and down the runway. Always fun. Now, there's one part of all of this that I don't know why it's here. It's not any of the bombs or the planes, no. It's the tank. Just catching the car park, a tank. Here's a close-up picture of it anyway. So yes, Yorkshire Air Museum. First time I've ever been. I will be coming back, and I'll do more in-depth Googling on everything, so then next time I come back I'll do a more in-depth video. But I thoroughly enjoyed this one, I can't lie. If you did as well, don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe, hit notifications for this video, and I will see you in the next one with the missing coffee cup.